Hello, boys. How are you today? Welcome to a new session of English. Today is Tuesday, June the 2nd. It's June already. It's the half of the year. Have you noticed that every day is getting colder and colder in the mornings? So please take care of yourself. I think Froggy is ready to start. And Froggy says, "Welcome again, students. I'm ready to start, Froggy." Thank you, Froggy. Are you ready? Let's start. Let's talk about the objective of today's lesson. It is to identify the main character's changes. We are going to read a story about a dog, and you have to focus your attention on the changes of the main character. And Froggy says, to identify is to recognize specific things. That's right, thank you, Froggy. You are going to recognize specific things about the main character. Great. Before reading the story, let's concentrate on this. Do you remember Ted? Yeah, Ted was the main character of the previous story called I Met Ted. Let's read its journal. It says, I am Ted. I am a frog like Froggy. I have 2 legs and I can jump. The butterfly is a good pal. He plays with me in the pond. I had changes and my friend had changes too. The words that are underlined are the sight words that you learned some weeks ago. That was a nice journal. Thank you, Ted. Today, you are going to see the sight words in the story. So that's why it's good to read something nice before the story. Now, let's talk about changes. Do you remember what a change is? A change is a difference of the same thing, but in different situations. Do you remember this place? If not, I will tell you. This place is called the Horseshoe Bend in the state of Arizona in the United States. This is the Horseshoe Bend in winter, and this is the Horseshoe Bend in summer. Can you notice differences? If you notice some differences, so you can identify changes. There are many changes from the winter to the summer. Many changes. For example, the snow, the green of the bushes here down, the sunset, the clouds, etc. Froggy says, in Santiago, winter is cold and summer is hot. The temperature is a big change between the summer and the winter. Thank you, Froggy. What about the clothes? In winter, everything you have to wear is warm. For example, scarf that you have to wear around your neck, hats, or big coats and jackets. Very different from the clothes that you have to wear in summer. Because in summer, everything you wear is light. For example, shorts and sleeveless t-shirts. Froggy says, in winter, I wear a scarf, Froggy. This picture was taken last year in winter. He has a blue scarf. A nice one. Let's continue. In the previous story, I Met Ted, there was a big change. The main character, Ted, had many changes. At the beginning of the story, he was a tadpole. And he ate a lot and got very fat. Then he could go out of the pond. At the end of the story, Ted was a big frog. A big change. Froggy says, in the past, I was a baby frog. I was a tadpole too. And that's right, a baby frog is called a tadpole. I think you are ready. You're ready to start reading the story. But before, let's talk about 2 questions about the story. Who is in the story? Or in other words, who are the characters of the story? It says Tip, Nan, Don, pals. In the last session of English, you learned that the main character was Tip, the most important character in the story. Second question says, where does the story happen? The story happens in 2 places, the city and the country. Froggy says, do you remember the difference between the city and the country? Here we can find a picture about the city and another picture related to the country. Do you remember one difference? I will tell you one. In the city there are many buildings, but in the country we can find houses and barns. Now let's talk about the main character. His name is Tip. He is black. He is a dog. And his pals know him. He has many friends. And Froggy says, he's the main character of the story. I think you are ready to start reading. And Froggy says, in this case, the name of the story is the name of the main character, Froggy. And thank you. That is something that happens sometimes. For example, in the story The Hare and the Tortoise, that is the title of the story and also the main characters of the story. So, let's read the story, but in this time, let's do it together, you and I. When I count to 3, 1, 2, 3, we are going to read together at the same time. Let's do it. Let's start with the title. 1, 2, 3. Tip. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Tip. The idea is that we both do this at the same time, together. Let's start. 1, 2, 3. I am Tip. I am sad. Nan is sad too. Nan is a pal. I can see Nan. I can sit in Don's van. I have a question. What's the name of this character? She is a woman. She's a Tip's friend. She is a pal. What is her name? The information is here in the text. I will give you 5 seconds to find the answer, okay? The name of this character is Nan. The information is here. Another question. How does she feel? Look at the picture. Also, the information is here. The information is in the text. How does she feel? I will give you 5 more seconds. She feels sad. Look at the picture. Tip is sad too. Another question is, why are they sad? If you keep on exploring the picture and the next one, you can see Tip in a van. It says, I can sit in Don's van. And they both are waving. What is happening here? Do you know why they are sad? They are sad because they are saying goodbye. They're saying goodbye. Tip is moving, he's going to another place. The name of this character is here. Can you find information? I will give you 5 seconds. The name of this character is the owner of the van. He is Don. Froggy says, I like vans because they have a lot of space, Froggy. And that's true. Vans generally have a lot of space there inside because they have many seats. Let's continue. Take a look at the pictures. Now Tip is in a different place. He is in a different place. Totally different from this place. Do you notice that? Where is Tip here? Tip is in there. Tip again. Tip is in there. That's right. Tip is in the city. Now Tip is not in the city. Let's read together. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 new pals. Anne, Ed, and Mel pet me. New information. Tip is not in the city anymore. Now, Tip is in there. Again, Tip is in there. Tip is in the country here. And he met 3 new friends. Can you find their names? The information about the name of the new pals are here. I will give you 5 seconds to think of the answer. What are the names? Their names are Anne, Ed, and Mel. And look at this, they're playing with Tip. They are in the country playing with Tip. They receive Tip. Froggy says, there is a pond in that part of the country. He's right. Look at this. There is a pond over there. Now Tip can enjoy the nature in the country and the pond. That's great. This is the last page of the story. First, take a look. Pay attention. Can you see the animals? Can you see the farm? Can you see the 3 pals? Yeah. So now let's read together for the last time. 1, 2, 3. I am not too sad. I can have fun. Cool. Now Tip is not sad anymore. How does he feel? Of course he feels happy. Look at the picture. Froggy says, Tip likes to run and he's very fast. It's true. Look at this. Tip is very fast and he's very happy. He can do a lot of things now in the country. He's not sad anymore. He is happy. Do you like the story? Cool. So now, are you ready for the activity? The explanation of the activity goes now.
Instructions for Activity 1 Part 1. Listen. Pay attention to the questions. There are 4 questions in total. Each question has 3 alternatives. Only one is correct. Circle your answer. Pay attention to the pictures of the alternatives. They will help you. You can also take a look at the story if you want.
Now, I will read the questions and the alternatives for you. Question number 1. Why is Tip sad? A. Because Tip is in the city. B. Because Tip is leaving Nan. He's saying goodbye. C. Because he is in the country. Question number 2. Who is Nan? A. A pal. B. A cat. C. A dog. Question number 3. What is Tip's old home like? A. There are many trees and a lot of grass. B. There are many animals. C. A city with buildings and streets. Number 4. How can Tip go to the country? A. By bus. B. By van. C. By train. Okay. If you want, you can check the cornerstone to look for the answers. Froggy says, he says exactly what I said. We have the same ideas. He says, you can see the cornerstone if you want. See? We are connected. That was the part number 1. Are you ready for part number 2? Now, let's pay attention to the instructions. Now.
Instructions for Activity 1 Part 2. Listen. Pay attention to the box. There are 4 words. You have to use them to answer the question. There are 4 questions. Each word from the box goes with only one idea. And the words cannot be repeated. You have to use each word only one time.
Now I will read the words in the box and also the questions. The words in the box are happy, 3, run, country. Question number 1. How many new pals does Tip have? Tip has new pals. Question number 2. What does Tip like to do in the country? Tip likes to in the country. Number 3. How does Tip feel at the end of the story? Tip feels at the end. Question number 4. How is Tip's new home? It is the with places to run and play. Froggy says, words cannot be repeated. Good reminder. Look at this. Pay attention to the pictures of the words. That will help you. And with the activity done, you can say the objective is accomplished. The objective was to identify the main character's changes. Now, you can say some things about the beginning of the story and some things about the end of the story. Those changes are about the main character. Remember, if you have any questions related to the class or the activities, you can send me an email to the address fancapi@tabancura.cl. Before leaving, I want you to watch the following video. That is called Dogs. Of course, because Tip is a dog and everyone loves dogs. I will click on the picture and you will be able to watch the video related to dogs. I really like it, actually. Great. I will see you on Thursday. And look at this. Here I have a drawing about Froggy. I would like to see yours. See you then. Goodbye.